Genesis chapter 2. Thus heaven and earth and all their adornment were finished. And on the seventh day God finished the works he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all the works he made. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his works God began to make. This is the book of the Genesis of heaven and earth, when they were made, in the day the Lord God made heaven and earth, before any plant of the field was on earth, and before any herb of the field sprang up. For God had not sent rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a fountain came up from the ground, and watered the whole face of the earth. Then God formed out of dust from the ground, and breathed in his face the breath of life, and man became a living soul. For the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man he formed. Besides this, God caused every tree beautiful to the sight and good for food to grow from the ground. Also, in the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of learning the knowledge of good and evil. Now a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it separated into four heads. The name of the first is Pishon. It circles all the land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. The carbuncle and the emerald are there as well. The name of the second river is Gihon. It circles all the land of Ethiopia. The name of the third river is Tigris. It flows over against the Assyrians. And the fourth river is Euphrates. Then the Lord God took the man he formed and put him in the garden to tend and keep it. And the Lord God commanded Adam, saying, You may eat food from every tree in the garden, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you may not eat, for in whatever day you eat from it, you shall die by death. And the Lord God said, It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. Also, God formed out of the ground all the wild animals of the field and all the birds of heaven, and brought them to Adam to see what he would call them. Thus, whatever Adam called each living creature, that was its name. So Adam gave names to all the cattle, to all the birds of heaven, and to all the wild animals of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper comparable to him. Thus God brought a trance upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and filled up the flesh in its place. Then the Lord God built the rib he took from Adam into a woman, and brought her to him. So Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother, and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Now the two were naked, both Adam and his wife, and were not ashamed.